Brilliance Audio presents The Boardwalk Trust by Avery Duff, performed by James Patrick Cronin. The case had started out easy enough. Robert Worth was pretty sure the little girl sitting with her father across Venice Boardwalk had been eyeing him off and on for the last half hour. Lounging beside him, at Robert's faux bamboo conference table, just retired LAPD cop Eric Jacobson thought the same thing. At the moment, though, Robert had his hands full with a prospective client. "You call yourself a beach lawyer?" the prospect was telling him. "Beach lawyer my ass. I can see you not giving full props to what I'm saying." Whatever that means, Robert was thinking. But the prospect across the table from him had it right. He'd lost interest once the guy wormed the interview away from his initial beef, a neighbor's barking dog, to his recent divorce, despite Robert's laminated placard clearly stating, "No divorces, no hay divorcios." "Man's right," Eric said. "You're no beach lawyer." That was Eric's 2 cents from a sturdy beach chair. Kicking back, reaching into the igloo for another Gatorade, a half tube of SPF 50 slathered on his massive, ever-pale frame. The other half tube had found a haphazard home on his 40-year-old face. Protected by both a beach umbrella and a cowboy hat, he was enjoying his role as court jester. "Maybe you could tell me," Robert asked his silver-haired hipster prospect, "why public picnic tables at Venice Pier belonged to you." Checking his notes. "To you and Sweetie, before she split?" "'Cause it was me and Sweetie's spot, dude, is why." Looking around at a non-existent audience, bobbing his head in appreciation of their support. "Your spot's what I'm asking about." "Me and Sweetie's, yeah, where we always got our groove on, did our thing, got greasy," the prospect said. Got greasy on one of those tables? Eric and his 2 sons picnicked on them, and Eric had a light gag reflex. Fortunately, he'd slipped on earbuds and missed the exchange. Another 2 minutes of Sweetie talk followed, and the free 15-minute consult ended. Robert stood, photographed the prospect's signed release, and sent him on his way. At this point, no one was waiting to see him. 6 weeks ago, the situation had been different, after Yo Venice published an article during a Santa Ana winds-induced heat wave. "Is this the hottest lawyer in L.A.?" the headline asked. After that, he had been jammed with prospects and gawkers, so much so that when the spirit moved her, mail carrier Sharon hand-delivered postcards addressed only Beach Lawyer, Venice, California, 90291. 2 hotshot producers even planned to make a movie about him, but only if Robert signed over his life rights and wrote a screenplay about himself gratis. With Sweetie's ex now gone, Robert caught the young girl squinting at him from across the boardwalk. Best guess, she was 8 or 9, sitting with her father, about 40, who squatted beside her. Then Robert waved. She looked away. Actually, the pair was familiar. He and Eric had run into them a half-mile south of here behind Muscle Beach. That's where an upright steel beam with a hook had been sunk into concrete, and where Eric liked hanging his heavy punching bag. Working it, Eric reminded him of George Foreman's big bag workout. Robert almost felt sorry for the bag as it jumped away from body shots and skirted sideways from the follow-up hook to the head. Eric had given the girl's father, Mateo, but called Teo, he'd told them, a turn. Once he'd started, Robert and Eric had exchanged a look. Damn. Looked like Teo had spent time in the ring, and a stretch in prison wasn't out of the question. In and out, up and down the bag, his footwork and torso creating different angles of attack. Feinting, slipping counters, his punches messengered energy from the soles of his feet through his roped calves and torqued body till the punches hit home. Bam, bam, bam. The girl, Delfina, he'd learned later, watched and read books in the nearby Joe Weider Stadium bleachers. No matter what, every 30 seconds or so, Teo stopped banging and looked her way, making sure she was safe. Robert liked that about him. As a father of 2, Eric loved it.